Why is it that one tiny thing you do at the airport, something you don't even notice, can suddenly make you look suspicious enough that security starts watching you like you're hiding something, even when you're totally innocent? And I know that question kind of punches you out of nowhere. But if you've ever felt those curious eyes on you while you're just trying to get to your gate, then you already know what I'm talking about, because airports are weird places, where normal human behavior starts getting interpreted like clues in some detective movie. And the crazy part is that most travelers have no idea how many tiny signals they accidentally send without realizing it. Really, it's almost funny, like you're just standing there thinking about your Starbucks order. Meanwhile, some security officer is watching you, wondering why your left foot keeps tapping like you've got a secret to hide. And that's the real story behind today's title: the airport behavior that makes you look suspicious. A topic nobody talks about, honestly, because most videos online repeat the same common tips: don't carry prohibited items, don't joke about bombs, don't avoid eye contact, blah blah. We've heard it 1,000 times. But what nobody tells you is that the human brain inside airport security is trained to respond to patterns that the average traveler does completely by accident. Movements you don't notice, reactions you don't control, habits you learned long before you ever traveled. That's why I want you to imagine this scene with me. You're walking into an airport you've never been to before. Tired, eh? A little hungry, and maybe rushing more than you should. And suddenly your brain switches into what I call arrival survival mode.
Oh, yes.
Where everything feels slightly overwhelming. Like the signs are shouting directions at you, people are moving fast in every direction. Announcements echo overhead like someone is reading a spell. And the whole place feels like a pressure cooker waiting for someone to make a wrong step. And when people get overwhelmed, they start acting in little weird ways, nothing dramatic. Just subtle things like they clutch their bags tighter.
Oh.
Or they keep glancing at their zipper to make sure nothing fell out. Or they walk a little too quickly when approaching the scanner. Or they suddenly become overly polite in that "I swear I'm not doing anything wrong" kind of way. I promise you it's not suspicious behavior in the real world. But inside an airport? Oh man, it screams something's off, even though you don't mean it. You see, the human mind isn't designed for airports. Airports are unnatural environments, full of stress, surveillance, deadlines, noise, unfamiliar rules, and subtle social expectations, so your body starts sending signals based on instinct, not logic. For example, many innocent travelers do something that instantly raises attention. They scan the security officers before the officers scan them. They don't even realize they're doing it. It's just a natural reaction your brain sees. Uniforms, badges, authority, checks them out the same way. You naturally observe a police officer driving behind your car even when you're following the speed limit. But inside an airport, early eye contact with security, especially if you break it quickly, creates a micro pattern that officers are trained to watch for, because it often indicates people who are nervous about being inspected. And here's the twist most people never consider. Looking away too fast can look suspicious, but avoiding eye contact completely also looks suspicious. Do you see the trap here? In airports, both extremes look weird, which is why so many normal people accidentally fall into that suspicious traveler category without doing anything wrong. Another thing most folks don't realize is how much nervous fidgeting triggers. Tension, like tapping your boarding pass on your thigh, shifting weight from one foot to the other, adjusting your jacket repeatedly, swallowing too often, touching your neck, or biting your lip. These are ordinary human stress responses. But inside an airport, especially near checkpoints, they start to look like you're hiding something. Here's the wildest part. Your body reveals more than your words ever do. Even if you're calm in your head, your muscles, breath, and eyes sometimes betray that you're anxious, overwhelmed, or tired, and that gets noticed fast. Another accidental suspicious behavior is walking too slow or too fast, because officers are trained to spot people who don't match the natural rhythm of the crowd. Most travelers walk with a consistent pace. They're focused on their gait or their luggage. But when someone suddenly speeds up before reaching security, or slows down as if stalling, it raises curiosity. Again, you may not be guilty of anything. Could just be checking your phone, fixing your mask, or trying to read a sign. But airports misunderstand the tiniest things. Even your sense of direction can betray you people who keep turning around, rechecking signs repeatedly, or walking past the same shop twice without entering, often stand out because erratic. Navigation behavior sometimes suggests someone is scouting the environment rather than just finding their gate. But the truth is, 99% of the time, the traveler is just lost or overthinking. And let's talk about bags, because bags tell stories. Not real stories, but behavioral stories. 8. When a traveler keeps holding their bag against their chest, even when the strap is designed to sit on the shoulder, it looks off. When someone keeps checking the same pocket every few seconds, it looks off. When someone keeps adjusting their backpack like they're hiding something inside, also off. These are little behaviors you do when you're afraid of losing your stuff, but remember, airport security doesn't know your personal emotions. They only see patterns. And that's where misunderstandings begin. Another big one, over-preparing. You know that person who tries too hard to look innocent? Yep, that backfires. People who walk too straight, smile too much, speak too politely, or exaggerate rule-following behavior accidentally creates suspicion because it looks unnatural. Your body gives off a vibe like you're trying to perform innocence, not just be innocent. And here's the emotional truth behind all this. Airports make people hyper-aware of being judged, so they start acting like they're on stage Evan, though nobody asked them to. And this is where the magic flips, because if you understand the psychology behind these small actions, you can avoid them without changing your personality. Instead of trying to look normal, you just become more relaxed by knowing what triggers attention. For instance, you can maintain casual, comfortable eye contact instead of darting your eyes around. You can lighten your grip on your bag. Can take slower breaths before entering the checkpoint so you don't unconsciously fidget. You can walk at a steady, natural pace instead of speeding up or slowing down. You can avoid unnecessary gestures. You can let your shoulders drop and stop holding tension in your hands. These tiny adjustments make a massive difference in how you appear, not because you're hiding anything, but because you're removing signals that your body sends under pressure. And here's another secret almost nobody knows. Airport officers read your overall pattern, not single actions. One weird moment, fine. 3 weird moments, they start paying attention. 5 weird moments, you've entered the possible secondary screening zone without realizing it. It's never about one behavior, it's about clusters. It's a final twist. The one nobody talks about online is that the most suspicious-looking passengers are often the most innocent ones. Why? Because guilty people often prepare. Innocent people just react. Innocent travelers overthink, panic lightly, get overwhelmed, and behave unpredictably because they're not expecting to be watched. Guilty individuals usually rehearse calmness. Innocent ones don't. That's why airport psychology is so fascinating. The system sometimes misunderstands the very people who are doing everything right. But once you understand this, you gain a sort of invisible confidence at the airport, like you suddenly know the hidden language, the signals, the expectations. You walk smoother, you breathe easier, you move naturally. You no longer feel like the room is watching you, because now you get it. And here's the full circle moment. The airport behavior that makes you look suspicious isn't anything dramatic, it's just unconscious reactions your body creates when you're stressed, rushed, unsure, tired, or overwhelmed. But now that you know the hidden truth, you can travel like someone who belongs anywhere in the world with calm energy instead of accidental signals. And maybe next time you step into an airport, you'll catch yourself doing one of those little behaviors. And you'll smile, because now you understand exactly what it means and how easy it is to fix.